Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today's topic of discussion is from the text Moonlit Dawn for part 1 English, and the poem is La Belle Dame Sans Mercy by John Keats. And John Keats, he was one of the most famous poets of Romantic age. He was known as the finest flowers of Romanticism. He wanted to move from the cruel realities of life through the wings of poesy. And La Belle Dame Sans Mercy is a ballad, which is a medieval ballad, which tells the story through dialogues. Okay. First three stanzas ask a question, and the other stanzas were the answer of that question, which asked in the first three stanzas. Okay. Let us start. Oh, what can ail thee, knighted arms, alone and palely loitering? The sedge has withered from the lake, and no birds sing. A traveller or the poet asks a knight, oh, what can ail thee? What troubles you, knighted arms, alone and palely loitering? Why are you wandering alone and looking pale? The sedge has withered from the lake, and no birds sing. Sedge means grass like plants. Sedge has withered from the lake due to extreme cold, and no birds sing means birds they migrate to other countries due to extreme cold. Okay, at that time, one night he is wandering all alone in the winter season. So, uh, the night, so the traveler asked the knight, why are you wandering alone and looking pale? Oh, what next answer? Oh, what can ail the knighted arms, so haggard and so outgone? The squirrel's granary is full and the harvest done. Oh, again, the traveler asked the knight, oh, what troubles you, knight? So haggard and so outgone. So, looking tired. Why are you wandering alone and looking tired? The squirrel's granary is full and the harvest done. Squirrels fill their granary and taking rest now due to extreme cold, and the farmers they already have had done their harvest. Okay, they are also taking their rest. At that time, no one comes out of this extreme cold but this knight, which is wandering alone and looking pale. So the traveler asked the knight, why are you wandering alone and looking pale? Okay. Again, the knight didn't give any reply. So the traveler again asked, I see a lily on thy brow, with anguish moist and fever dew, and on thy cheeks a fading rose fast withereth too. I see a lily on thy brow. In your face, I saw a I saw the flower lily in your face. That means you are looking so tired. With anguish moist and fever dew, you are looking you are so sweat, you are look so sweat like that of a fever patient. And on the cheeks fading rose. You are a knight, your cheeks were so energetic like that of red rose. But why your face like the color of a fading rose? Fast with the rathitu. These are against the features of a knight. Why are you looking pale and looking tired and wandering alone? Oh, knight. At that time, Knight replied, I met a lady in the meads, full beautiful, a fairy's child. Her hair was long, her foot was light, and her eyes were wild. Knight replied, I met a lady in the meadows. She was extremely beautiful. She looks like the child of a fairy. Her hair was long. She has a long hair, and her foot was light. Her pace was so graceful, and her eyes were wild. She has enchanting, wild, powerful eyes. I made a garland for her head and bracelets too, and fragrant soon. She looked at me as she did love and made sweet moan. I gifted, attracted by her beauty, I gifted a garland for her head and bracelets and fragrance on. At that time, when I gifted these beautiful gifts to her, she looked at me as she did love and made, in order to express her love, she made a sweet moan, okay, sweet sound. I set her on my pacing steed, and nothing else saw all day long. For sidelong would she bend and sing a fairy song.